Hello everybody, SpiritGaming here, and welcome to another Drunk Raja video. So in this video, yes, as the title says, we will be basically making a LA tier list. However, in the title you can see it's an LA tier list sort of, because it's not gonna really be a tier list, but I'm gonna talk through every single LA and what its uses are. So for example, there are quite a few LAs in the gallery we can see, right? Even the ones you don't have, don't worry. The important ones, I have heard about them, I have read about them, I know their percentages, I know what they do. So don't worry, I know my stuff even if I don't have the allies, I do have the information. But we will be taking a look at every single useful ally. Of course, we won't be taking a look at 4 stars, 3 stars allies. We won't be taking a look at the 5-star useless allies and stuff like that. We will only be taking a look at the good allies and all of the 6-star allies. Okay? But before we start the video, yes, I do have a Discord channel, link of that is in the description below, and also subscribe and like if you want more general content and variety gaming streams. For right now, I'm doing streams every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday, 8 PM GMT plus 2, although I'm not sure, I think the schedule will change very soon. However, this week it is gonna be Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday at 8 PM GMT plus 2. But without any further ado, let's jump straight into it, right? So let's go to gallery, and the first ally we have is Aries. So nothing really bad to say about this. I just ally. It's just OP, man. Like, it's crazy how good this ally is. It's uncomparable when it comes to other allies. It's the GOAT. This is basically the GOAT ally. Now, yeah, maybe the talent. It is definitely good, but there are better allies with better talents, right? But there are some allies that have better talents, however their ultimates and passives are not the best. So Aries is top tier. Now let's see what this does. So Aries picks the Draconic for death, increasing damage dealt for 10 seconds. We all know this, it increases percentage damage and it's insane. The EX2 does quite a nice amount of damage, and they are at lower health, then it does even more. The passive is what makes this close to a perfect ally, and it passively increases crit damage, which is insane. You can only get this from a few places, not many at all. So Aries all around is a great main ally, is the best main ally in the game right now. It's S tier, it's God tier, it's Gold tier. It's like the perfect thing you want to have. Now, of course, there are some alternatives to this if you don't have it. However, if you do, please use it unless you are an assassin. So yes, every single class except assassin should use this as a main ally. For right now though, we are still at level 105 something. So keep in mind, at level 110, probably a lot of things will change. But Aries for dealing damage at least, it is the best ally, and right now at this level I think that most classes just want to do damage still. Of course, Soul Lancers might shy away from it. That's why I'm gonna talk about Andrew in a bit, and the new Luminous, but still keep in mind, in the new area, excuse me, but still keep in mind, like, Aries is just too good. Next up we have Party Aries. There's not really much here to talk about except the CC that the ultimate skill does. Really not worth it upgrading this character at all, this ally at all. It's just not good. I won't even talk much about it. Just don't use it, please. Literally just don't use it. If you can, of course. If it's the only 6-star ally you have, then use it, of course, but try and shy away from Party Aries as much as you can. Next up we have College Aries. This is probably the top 5 ally in my book and in a lot of players' books. Ultimate ability does give you a nice amount of skill damage, which is pretty good. Like the next 3 skills and accuracy will be increased when it comes to damage, I guess. So it's very, very good, right? The X ability still does the same amount of damage as Aries does, and the passive is basically increased damage, which is also very, very nice. But yeah, College Aries, great for a supporter 1 slot like this, right? And right now I have Mingxiloo, but I don't have College Aries. If I had it, I would place College Aries here and then Luminous here. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So College Aries is definitely a very good alternative to Aries Sugi. As I said, it's a top 5 pick, top 5 ally, so make sure to use it if you have it for sure. Next up we have Police Aries, bad. I know that when this came out, everyone was like, you know, it does look cool, like Aries always looks cool and nice and hot, but like, come on, man. Like, yeah, it's just not the best ally, not even close. It's probably not even good at all. But don't use it if you can. Don't use it at all if you can, please. Love Aries. This is the ally I wanted to talk about quite a bit. I feel like this is a very cool ally. So if you place this in the center slot, in the main slot, of course you will lose a lot of damage if you don't have a Ryusugi and you place that, right? You will definitely lose a lot of damage. However, the actual CD, the cooldown reduction stop on targets is quite good, right? So if you place it in the middle, I guess the center, as a center ally, this will proc every like 55 to minute and a half, every 55 seconds to minute and a half. So having that is very nice. The problem is that most fights don't even last that long. Like, yeah, sure, in 1v1s you will use this once probably, but is it that useful? I'm not sure, right? Because of course, yeah, it procs every 55 to a minute and a half. I have a video about that explaining the cooldown of the ultimate abilities and stuff like that, the supporter slots and the main slots, but um, it's just it's a very cool ultimate though. Don't get me wrong, but I feel like this damage is just way better, right? So you can actually just use this as a supporter ally. You don't need to use it as a main ally, but as a supporter ally, it is pretty okay to have. The passive is very good for a main ally, but first of all, it does not have a talent, so we simply won't use it. And the cooldown reduction percent is you can get it by having engine stuff, so it's like whatever, right? So yeah, very great support. You should use it if you have it as a support, but PvP only. Please, guys, don't use it in PvE. In PvE, against mobs and bosses, it's basically useless. So you definitely want to have this on, but only if you're fighting players anywhere, right? Next up, we have Luminous. Not really good ally. If there is only one enemy in a 3-meter radius, crit is guaranteed. Now the thing is, I'm not sure. Yeah, okay, so yeah, okay, never mind. So the ultimate skill is gonna crit. Not good at all. Like, you don't use really allies to do damage. You use them to buff your own damage, right? So this guy, Luminous, don't use it. Don't use it at all. I know in the past I have said sometimes use Luminous, but no, just don't. It's not worth it. It's not good. It's pretty bad. Part of Luminous, again, very bad ally too. Ultimate enhance, like what really enhance the shield, right? So no, again, don't use it. Plain and simple, just don't use it. College Luminous, again, won't even retreat. Please don't use this as well. However, we get to Police Luminous, and this is probably the second best or the third best ally in the game when it comes to PvP. PvP only, right? The reduction of hit rate is just pretty good, like very good. So having it as a supporter 1 ally in the supporter 1 slot, I guess, right here, it literally guarantees that you proc it at least once in a fight, which is what you want, right? The enemy hit percent chance to go away a bit. It is very good. Like, what else are you gonna have? Maybe more damage from Luminous, right? From Mingxiloo, but I feel like the utility this brings, the utility this gives, is definitely awesome. Also, the EX if it procs can save you quite a bit, but we mainly use Police Luminous because of Flashbang, okay? Because of Flashbang, this is very good. So yeah. Next up we have Love Luminous. This is pretty much a very good ally. Aries is definitely better still, but as you know, many of us like to use Otemu again, and it literally has the same passive and same ultimate but with better stats, I guess. So College Median starts off with 10% crit damage. It ramps up to 25% if I'm not mistaken. But this guy literally starts with this guy starts with 15% crit damage, like immediately at level 1. So it is an awesome supporter ally. If you have College again now, you would want to get Love Luminous for sure, and replace College again immediately. Unless College again is upgraded to like tier 3 or something, then you definitely want to use Love Luminous because it is basically an alternative to a 5-star ally and is better, right? The EXQ is definitely better as well. So if you can, and if you do have Love Luminous, but you're using College again at the moment, try to use Love Luminous because it is pretty good, and it's a very nice 6-star alternative to College again. Johan Chu, no, just no, okay? As I said, like, we don't use these guys to do damage. We just don't use these guys to do damage. We use them to buff us up. Of course, crit level buffing is definitely good, but come on, man, like, we already hit very hard, and if this increased crit rate, it would have been a different story, like a totally different story. Let's check it out if this guy does that. No, so it's crit percent. Crit percent is good, yeah. Okay, crit percent is definitely good, but yeah, it's not worth it when it comes to like Aries. Like comparing Aries to this guy, it's just not worth it. Of course, it is a pretty okay main ally to have because of the passive, as I said, crit level and crit percent. But right now with Love Luminous is just 10 times better than Johan Chu. So yeah, Love Luminous is definitely a very good, especially a support ally, right? But it can be used as a main. Well, this guy used to be good as a main, but because of this guy coming out, Johan Chu literally went down a tier or 2. So yeah, if you can use, if you can't have anything else on there in the center, use Johan Chu, but otherwise I would shy away from Johan Chu for sure. Party Johan, not even gonna talk about it, don't use it at all. College Johan Chu, nope. Police Johan Chu, now this might get interesting after the new class is out on the CN version. If that class is a healer or something, this guy will be pretty useful. But currently, no, not at all. Police Johan Chu is definitely not good at all, right? But when the new class releases, as I said, it might be very good, right? So yeah, that's pretty much it about that guy. Caesar, now Caesar is a very good support ally to have, as you can see here. Any Caesar is very good to have. Currently this is my PvP setup, but when I go to PvP, I usually go with College User, and this is my basically setup 99% of the time when I do PvP. I want the damage, but also we use College User and Cheesy Gen to basically, first of all, Cheesy Gen buffs up Aries, and College Caesar again, College Caesar, I mean, has his EX Wind Devil ability, which can save us from a very bad situations. No, this is bad, right? Yeah, okay. So yeah, the only way we want to use Caesar is because of his EX ability, and you definitely want to use him at supporter 3 or supporter 4 slot, nowhere else. Literally nowhere else, you don't need to use him. Same goes for Party Caesar, same goes for College Caesar, and that's pretty much it. So we only use Caesar as a supporter 3 or 4, even 5, because I still don't have all of those unlocked. Like, the EX Devil Wind is pretty good, everything else is bad. So that is the only reason why we use Caesar. Any Caesar is fine for PvP. Next up we have Nono. Now, hear me out guys, Nono is only good for melee characters. Not because it gives AP, but because of the short radius. So when Nono procs her special ability, Nono goes to the enemy target. Actually, it does not go to you, it actually goes near the enemy. So if you are not near the enemy when this special spawns, when this special activates, it's not gonna buff you up at all, right? At all. So that is why it's only good for melee characters, because with melee characters you're always near someone. near the enemy, right? But with ranged characters, you're not even close to them. So this basically means Nono is not really good at all when it comes to ranged characters, but for melee characters is basically top tier, I would say. It's very, very, very good. Next up we have Party Nono. Um, it's it's the same story. The special is fun for melee characters, but everything else is just worse than the regular version. College Nono is the same thing. I was pretty hyped when I got College Nono as well because of the special, and after a bit of testing, it turns out it only appears near the enemy, and if I'm playing a ranged character, a ranged class, it's usually useless, like completely useless. So if you have Nono and you're ranged at the moment, please change her out for someone else. Also, the ultimate gives you like what 5k, maybe 6k AP for some people depending on the level. It's not worth it to change out for someone like Mingxiloo, for someone like even Caesar to have that EX proc chance. Like Love Luminous now is very good as well. The new Love Aries is pretty good too. So yeah, having no-nos as a ranged character, you just don't want that. This as well. Physical. Okay, so this is okay, I would say. Yeah, this is okay as a supporter ally, but come on, as I said, I think there are way better choices as well. Chizigen, the only reason why anyone would use Chizigen is because of a bond with Aries, and that is basically it. Don't use Chizigen if you can anytime, like literally anytime. I don't have many good allies, that's why I even use him as a supporter for just for the bond, right? What else am I gonna use, right, guys? Like, I don't have anything else to use, but if I had a choice, to use like someone better like College Aries, like Love Luminous, like Love Aries, I would definitely replace Cheesy again for those people, for those allies, I guess. So yeah, Cheesy again, don't use it except for bonds, and if you can replace it, the bond is not worth it for a better ally. College Cheesy again, useless. Then we go to Mingxiloo. This is the second best ally in the whole game, I would say. Assassins would definitely want to use this guy as a main, but our classes, mainly a supporter 1 or supporter 2, basically. The talent is very good as well. However, I feel like the 10% bonus damage from Aries is still better. So yeah, if you unlock the talent, I still would kind of recommend going with this guy as supporter instead of a main ally. Basically, as I said, like getting 10%, 15%, I think, is max every 55 to a minute and a half. 55 seconds to a minute and a half is just crazy, and is better than getting some buffs that do actually have diminishing returns, unlike damage, right? And also the passive is literally useless for anyone except for assassins. So only for assassins use this guy as a main, even if you have a talent. And for every other class that is not assassin, use him as a supporter 1, supporter 2, and like try and shy away from supporter 3 slot, but you mainly want to use it as supporter 1 and 2, right? Because this is pretty good, and also the special ability is awesome as well. Next we have Rurikazama. If you literally don't have anything else to use, sure, use it. If you don't have anything else, use it. There are tons and tons of better allies, I would say. Kalechize-gen is Chime-gen, yeah, Kale-Chime-gen, and Maisakatu are better choices for sure. So yeah, sure, it's fine. It does give you damage. It does have a delay on the EX, but otherwise not the best character. As you can see, I have him, excuse me, but I don't use it. Andrew, I just want to get you. So, Soul Dancers, early game, you definitely want to use this guy with a passive. Well, not really early game, I guess more of like late game, after you get like 70 something thousand cooldown reduction, and it's mainly because you can start spamming time lock pretty easily because of his passive. But usually people do want to use this guy as a support too, so it's a pretty high up there ally, probably top 5 as well. Very good as a main, very good as support as well. Love Lumina, Love Area, I know, released, which in some cases it is better, but for PvE and for 90% of the PvP content, Andrew is better than Love Aries. So use it if you can. Like, Andrew is definitely good. I wish I had it, but I don't. But Andrew is definitely one of the better allies in the whole game, and it will stay like that for a long time, I suppose, because yeah, the passive is very good. Ultimate is quite nice, not gonna lie, and the EX. Like, come on, how many times have you guys gotten hit by the EX without knowing what hit you and stunned you, right? So, yeah. Chimejan, bad except if you're level 80 or below. So, level 80 and below players do want to use Chimejan as a main because of the shield. The shield is very good early game because the way allies work, there are allies that stack with the level, with the ally level, with the ally level, and then there are allies that stack with the ally tier. So this one is with the ally level, basically meaning the bigger the level of Chimejan, the better the ally will be. Of course, as I said, the better the shield will be, but only want to use it level 80 or below. Nothing else. So if you're just a beginner, Chimejan is definitely a good choice as a main. After that, you want to shy away from this character. It is pretty bad. I'm not gonna talk about any of these. Koshi is good in a combination as a supporter ally if you have Anju. If you do have Anju on there, Koshi Usugi is very good because it does buff up the ultimate cooldown reduction jet and the passive cooldown reduction jet. So if you have Anju main, consider look at how much the bond will give you as a Koshi, as if you have Koshi as a supporter, and decide for yourself if it is better. But yeah, Anju main with a Koshi Usugi supporter is definitely a very good combo. Next we have Mai Sakatu, very awesome ally, very good ally for players that don't have any crit damage, especially gunslingers do want this, of course crit damage by not having Aries or someone else. This is a very good ally. It passively increases crit damage, and it also increases crit damage with the ultimate, right? So it is pretty good, not gonna lie, it is definitely very good. Of course, Aries is definitely better than this Mai Sakatu, because of course crit damage is fine and all, but having percent damage is even better, right? The passive is fine. You can use it instead of most 6-star allies, but it mainly depends on what your crit level is, because crit damage is pretty useless if you don't have high crit level. So yeah, keep in mind, if you have low crit level, you don't want to use Mai Sakatu. And next we go to Kalechimi again, and this is basically last ally I think we are gonna take a look at. Yeah, this one is bad, this one is pretty bad as well. So the last ally we will take a look is Kalechimi again, and then we will be running up the top 5 allies that I know are the best right now, basically the meta right now. Ultimate ability, awesome. Increase crit damage, passive increase crit percent, and as I said, it's literally the same as Love Luminous, but Love Luminous is just better when it comes to stats, and also it's a 6-star ally, right? So it gives you more. It literally gives you more than Kalechimi Gen. So if you get Love Luminous, use it. If you don't have it, Kalechimi Gen is a perfect supporter ally for sure. I sometimes used it as a main, but after it got Aries, like, I did not use any other, and for assassin I always use Ming, so like, Kalechimi again, definitely worth a supporter slot anywhere over here. And if you have Luminous, Love Luminous as I said, use that guy for sure. It is very good instead of Kalechimi again. So that is pretty much it. Now let's take a look at the top 5 allies. So as I said, Aries Sugi, I'm gonna go like this. So Aries Sugi is very good, like the best ally in the game. Second best ally is Mingxiloo, which I'm very lucky to have, the top 2 allies in the whole game. Next we have Love Luminous, I would definitely say is definitely top 4 or 3. So it's pretty like debatable which one you should say right now, right? So we have Love Luminous. I'm debating between Love Luminous, Police Luminous, and also where is it? College Aries, right? Now the main problem with this is that College Aries and Love Luminous can be both used in PvE and PvP. However, when it comes to Police Luminous and Love Aries, they can only be used in PvP. So having that in mind, it's your choice. I would say Luminous I'm gonna combine basically these two, right? I'm gonna combine them because one is good for PvE, one is good for PvP. So Luminous is top 3, both of these are top 3, and then both of these, so Collegiary and Lavery, are top 4. Okay. Next up, I would definitely say Andrew. Andrew is one of the best allies in the whole game, and no one can tell me it's not. Literally, no one can tell me it's not. It's just an awesome ally. And then, yeah, a weird choice. I always like to use Caesar because of his rare chance of proccing his EX ability. However, we must find someone that is sort of, I guess, consistent. We can add Johan Chu. Kala Chimejan is just better, I feel like, than Johan Chu. So I'm gonna go with Kala Chimejan or even my Sakato. These two allies fall in the same category. So I'm gonna place these two. Yes, a 5-star ally is the best 5th ally in the game right now, currently, right? So yeah, that's pretty much it about the tier list. That's all I wanted to say. Thank you guys so much for watching, and see you in the next video like always.